YouTube? This is your boy Alex. It's been 2 days since I dropped a video. I told you I take breaks in between. So from now on, we might take 2 to 3 day break because I found out that if you take 2 or 3 days off, you have more time and more energy to make the video more fun and exciting versus I give you 2 videos in one day and then do the same thing again the very next day. That way it gives other people a chance to watch other YouTube videos and take a break from my content. Like my content is on fire, but sometimes there is a thin line between great content and too much of the same thing. The content creator gets burnt out from producing too much content, and the person who watches the content gets tired of watching the same old shit, if you get where I'm coming from. So today's YouTube video is called Sex Game, Top 22 Greatest Rapper MC Stars of All Times from the 1980s, the 90s, and the mid-2000s. Now, this was a very hard list to create, okay? I'm taking 22 of the greatest in the game, past, present, and future. 22 of the greatest rappers, MCs of all times. So some of these people are on this list that you heard of, and some of them you ain't never heard of, because I put the 1980s, the 90s, and the mid-2000s. And I might add late 2000s, but if your favorite artist or MC ain't on this list, oh well, because it's 22 of the greatest. Now, there's not 22, there's like actually over 100, but that would be like 5 videos that would take too long, and it would mess up my content. So I'm gonna make an attempt to try to, I thought about 30, but then that's like too much. I thought about 25, it was still too much. So I cut it down to 22 names. Now, some of you people might think this is biased, favoritism. It's mix and match of styles from the West, the East, the North, and the South. The names on here are on here for a reason. They all contribute to the music game. This is for black men, this is for Latino men, this is for white men, this is for men and women. So I don't want no one saying I'm sexist and I'm biased. Because I do have people who stop me on the street and look at me and go, hey man, you should have put this in the video. Man, you should make another video. Man, you should redo the video over. I already said that I got like 5 videos, okay? This one's about rappers and MCs, lyricists. The next one's going to be about women, okay? We're gonna get on to female rappers, female R&B singers. So the next video is going to be all about women. Black women, white women, Latino women in the music game, okay? I got some women looking at me like, when you going to talk about women artists? So I'm going to have to switch up the content in the next video, okay, fellas? It can't just be all about, men and all my videos, because the women going to start coming at me. Trust me, I gotta drop some female names in the next video. So this one's for the fellas, and men or women are welcome to watch. But the next one, we're gonna have to talk about J-Lo. We're gonna have to talk about Janet Jackson, Mariah Carey. You know how I do. All right, coming in at number 22 is E40. Now, E40 was like Notorious B.I.G. of the West Coast. Everything that Biggie Smalls did on the East, E40 did on the West. He was greatly compared to Notorious B.I.G., a big, heavy guy that could actually sing. A lot of people don't understand that when E40 get on the mic and he spit, he was just known for being a lyricist. Like, he could rhyme, he could rap, he could get on the mic and be an MC, he could tell a story. And he wouldn't just do that in one album, he'd do it in every album. And when he did that one song where he did nah, 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 when he did that rap song, he showed he could sing. And he's done collaborations like him, Scarface, who should be on the list, but he's not. But I'll explain at the end of the video why some of these artists why they failed to make the cut. But he's been consistent. He comes in the 1990s. He comes in the era of Tupac, Biggie, Ice Cube, Eazy-E, Dr. Dre, Snoop. He comes into that era of LL Cool J, Too Short, and he rocks the mic. You fast forward 17 years later, he's got like 10 albums, 10 albums, been in the game for almost 2 decades, and he is still irrelevant. He is still hooking up with artists that are from this era. You know, he's done rap songs with The Game, 50 Cent, Snoop Dogg. You know, he does a song with Too Short. He does songs with 50 Cent, Twister. You do songs with all them artists, you deserve to be on this list. And he has survived. He's had to change his sound of music not once, not twice, but he's had to change his music 4 times. I love his album Ghetto Report Card. Take me where to go, 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 doom, 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 doom. Take me where you go, go, go. Take me where you go, 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 doom, doom. You know, White Girl, and then of course my favorite one, The Man featuring Mike Jones. So he can work with artists from any era. The 80s, the 90s, the 2000s, the mid 2000s. Do you know how hard it is to be his stature and work with any artist no matter what era they come from? And no matter what the style of rap it is? So that's why E40 gets to be on this list. Unfortunately, he can't be rated higher than this, but he's on this list. Alright, coming in at number 21 is my man, Too Short. Yeah, why is it kept closed? I am a Too Short fan. I mean, when he came in the 90s, a lot of people gave him crap because he would rap, but he would rap like he talks slow. You know how you would read a book, right? Like a book report. Well, people would always do that and go, man, I can't take him serious. The way he rapped, he talks slow. And he would get battle rapped by Eazy. And if you can get into a battle rap with Eazy, you deserve to be on this list. Like, he was able to be on the same level as Tupac, Biggie, Eazy-E, and Snoop, and he's lasted 20 years. 16 albums, 20 years. No matter what artist it is, he has already done music with them. You say The Game, he's done songs with The Game. You say Snoop Dogg, he's done songs with Snoop Dogg. You say DJ Quick, he done songs with DJ Quick. You name Dr. Dre and Snoop, he's been with them. You name E40, he's done songs with them. 50 Cent done songs with 50. He's lasted a lot longer than we anticipated. Like when he came in with that fresh, slow rap, and we thought he was gonna fall apart, he didn't. He made songs about being a player. Like he made like at least 7 songs about being a player. And my best friend loves his song, Blow the Whistle. Dun dun, blow the whistle. Dun dun, 1,000 hours, 16 albums, and they bump with me on the front cover. You know how the lyrics of that song go. Blow the whistle. Dun dun, blow the whistle. Dun dun, your mind is flown. I mean, the way he did that, that was him telling you a story. So he's good at rapping and telling the story. And the fact that he was able to convince you that, yeah, I might rap slow, but it worked. And he's never really had to change his sound as much. Most rappers, after 5 or 10 years, they're asked by the studios, change the sound of your music. Not Too Short. And he made it work for him. Because it's 2 decades later, the guy's like 16, 17 albums, been in the game for 20 years, and the guy just keeps coming out with hits. And people always listen to his music no matter what era it comes from. Of course, you know my favorite other one is Players We Never Get Caught from the soundtrack How to Be a Player. So, yeah. And then he crosses over into television, film, you know, producing. So you should know that. Coming in at number 20 is, yeah, what? Okay, let's get it crumb. My man Little John and them Eastside Boys. Now, Little John kind of came at us in your face. He's what I call the in-your-face rapper from the South. Big mouth, don't care. He lets you know what he feels, good or bad. When he came with his first album, Crump Juice, that was the first time I was exposed to Southern rap. Yeah, you had rap music on the West Coast, on the East Coast, but when he came, he was like the next guy to come up and just hit you in the head and say, listen to this, because once you turn it on, you can't turn it off. Yeah, there was Outkast. You know, Outkast is from the South. But Little John got more respect and more credit for advertising Southern music than Outkast. Like, Outkast came before Little John and the Eastside Boys. but Little John got more of the credit. You know, to take catchphrases and make songs out of them. See, back in the day, they weren't really. If you done something like that, you got laughed and made fun of, and your rap career was over, flushed down the toilet, down the drain. He come in and just take catchphrases, and they become big hits. And it's like when you turn on the radio, it's like, what am I listening to? Am I listening to the Magic Man or a guy who's just taking a catchphrase and making them popular? He did that. He took Yeah. All of a sudden, what do you get? Ludacris and Usher, and here comes Yeah, and it's a good hit. He takes another song, Let's Get Crump, is a rap song. Okay, come back, make another rap song. He comes with these hits. Then he hooks up with Snoop Dogg. If you're scared, go to church. Snoop Dogg and Ice Cube. Snoop Dogg, Ice Cube, nigga, what's up? He's a hustler. I'm a gangster. All the rest of y'all, as I was fuck y'all. I ain't got the jam to pretend with Little John. Yeah, I like that song. Then he does another one with Master P. A lot of people don't remember that one. He did a song with Master P, even though it was an underground song. Don't make me a fool. He was on that. He hooked up with DMX. A lot of people didn't think he would do it. He did. Hooks up with 50 Cent. Turn around, do songs with Lil Wayne and Drake. Does songs with Pitbull. Yeah, he introduced us to Pitbull. And if it weren't for Little John, I don't think we would know who Pitbull is. I mean, Pitbull did songs way before he hooked up with Little John, but when he introduced him, he introduced us to a Latino flavor of rap that was so hard, so hardcore and fresh, you couldn't believe the sound you were getting. Daddy hooks up with Little Scrappy. He does songs with him. Turn around, hooks up with P. Diddy, Jay-Z, Eminem. Every artist you can think of, Little John has done songs with. And he's managed to stay in the game for 13, 14 years. Now, there is some controversial because he did try to change his style up with Read a Book, which it was a good song, but it almost ended his career because he tried to, go educational, and a lot of people didn't like when Lil Jon tried to become the woke rapper, but he already had woke rappers, okay? Because Eminem was one of them, and no one had a problem with it until Lil Jon decided to have the idea to do it. But either case is, we know Lil Jon because of all those catchphrases, even the commercials. Yeah, so he still managed to stay relevant after all this time. Hooking up with Ludacris, again, doing songs. And like I said, Outkast came first and introduced us to the Southern music, but Lil Jon got more of the respect and more of the credit of it. And then introduced us to Pitbull. So you can see how some people might be upset with him being on this list when it actually should be Outkast. Because I did listen to some freshies to clean, can't come under, some freshies to clean. So you may never know, I might add Outkast on the list as a bonus. Because I know there's some Outkast fans out there. Alright, coming in at number 19 is my man Pitbull. You can't have no all-time greatest list without a Latino rapper. You just can't. I'll get chased down the street for 15, 20 blocks if I didn't do that. I mean, I did listen to all his songs. Baby, I'm freak gay. Baby, I'm freak gay. And then I turn around and make a remix. And then he made one of his best hip-hop songs of all times. He made a song about Latino women in all Spanish. And it was a hit. Do you know how rare that is? To take a song about Latino women and rap it in Spanish and turn it into a hit. When he did that, I started watching all his videos and listening to all his songs. I mean, the guy would do commercials, and the fact that he got introduced by Little John and then he could just move to an even higher level. It was like him and Little John were on the same level, and then he surpassed Little John. And the fact that every time Little John would do the same song, Pitbull would turn around and do a Latino version of that same rap song. And then he would eventually stray away from that and come up with his own concept. And the video of him speaking Spanish and rapping it is a prime example on how he was able to transcend. And the way he did the next music video was even better because he would have a pianoist. He would talk about his love of Mexico, the Spanish countries, and he would rap that in the very next song. And for him to do it and no one have a problem with it, I gotta put him on the list because he did something that a lot of people didn't think would work, and he made it work. And I'm impressed at the fact that he was able to get out of the shadow of Little John, surpass Little John, have his own identity.